Hello everyone and welcome to Around the Wickets by ThePapare.com, cricket's weekly brief that takes a summarized look at our favorite sport. Let's start off with the positive news, the good news. Sri Lanka's magnificent win over Pakistan in the second test match by 7 wickets. Tremendous effort by Sri Lanka, especially after being beaten in that first test quite comprehensively, to come back and win by 7 wickets. Dhammika Prasad was outstanding. He thoroughly deserved the Man of the Match award, especially the way he bowled on a slowish pitch and the way he used his pace and also bowled those tight lines and lengths. And I believe he's now Sri Lanka's spearhead by a big distance. Also, Dushmantha Chameera, exciting, good pace, certainly roughed up a few Pakistan batsmen, hit a few on the helmet, had Wahab Riaz out for 2 weeks. And he has to be nursed, looked after carefully. If he is looked after without injury, he is going to be truly a match winner for Sri Lanka. And also Tharindu Kaushal making his debut in Sri Lanka, 5 wickets in the first innings on a pitch that had a bit of pace and also spin, but struggled a bit in the second innings because it slowed down. Now he'll have to learn to bowl on slowish pitches, but there is no doubting his class. As for Sri Lanka, this is their 14th win against Pakistan, 72nd overall. And did you also know that this is the first time since 1986 that a series have been drawn between Sri Lanka and Pakistan, or at least locked 1-1 going into the third test match? The last time, 1986. Arjuna Ranatunga and Asanka Gurusinghe batted out the last day to save the test match for Sri Lanka, and the series was left drawn. So Sri Lanka now will go into the third test match at Pallekele on a pitch that has a bit of greenness. Now, what do you think the Sri Lankan lineup will be? As you know, Kumar Sangakkara is not going to play, so Sri Lanka will have to look at replacing him. I think my bet is going to be Jehan Mubarak. He has to come in. Lahiru Tirumana should step up and bat at number 3. And we should have Jehan Mubarak coming in that middle order. And also, we should have Kusal Pereira making his entry into the side at the expense of Kitruan Vitanagi. The rest of the lineup should be fine because the bowling makeup looks quite good as far as Sri Lanka is concerned. Now, talking about Kumar Sangakkara, as we know, the 37-year-old stylish left-hander has made it very, very clear that he has decided to call it a day, and he will be playing his last test match against India. And that will be India-Sri Lanka second test match. He's still not sure where the venue will be. It might be, if he has his way, at Pallekele or at the Sara Oval. Either way, Kumar Sangakkara has been an outstanding servant of Sri Lanka cricket. And incidentally, his last innings where he got a duck against Pakistan was his 6th golden duck and the 11th duck in his test career. But other than that, he averages 58 with the bat. And what a phenomenal record in both one-day and test cricket. Well, now talking about one-day cricket, let's focus on the new rules being introduced by the ICC. Now, one of the biggest issues involving one-day cricket is most people felt that the batting side or the batsmen have an undue advantage over bowlers. So the ICC is now looking to try and balance it off. And what they have done is, they will be allowing 5 fielders outside the 30-yard circle between the 41st and the 50th over. Now, that's going to be some relief for the bowlers. And also, in both ODIs and T20, all no balls, not just footfalls, but all no balls will be given a free hit, no batting power plays, and no compulsory catches. Now, no compulsory catches. Not that they won't have catches, but no compulsory catches within the first 10, or at least from the 1st to the 10th over in ODI cricket. So they're looking to try and balance it out. Now, will that mean that teams will be able to get to those big scores of 300 and 400? Interesting. Will the pass score reduce? Or will the batsman come up with something special and try and hoodwink the bowlers? It's going to be interesting. It is going to come into to force from the 5th of July. So which means Bangladesh and South Africa will be experimenting it for the first time. And then Sri Lanka and Pakistan will also be using it during their series. More news from the ICC. We've just heard that the ICC is insisting that Sri Lanka cricket holds their elections before October. Now, we know that it is against the ICC policy to have government-appointed bodies, and the ICC, we have told you in previous programs, had held on to the monies due to Sri Lanka, and it's been put into a escrow account, which means Sri Lanka is going to struggle a little bit without money. And Siddharth Vettamuni, the chairman of the interim committee, was not really allowed to sit in there in the official capacity of being the chairman of the interim committee, but instead he was allowed to be an observer only. So, well, Sri Lanka cricket will have to fall in line with the ICC, and the first thing they are expected to do is to hold elections before October. Now, we know there is a general election coming up on the 17th of August, so the new government will have to make that decision, which hopefully will come into play by the 1st of September, they say. So, before October, Sri Lanka cricket will have to hold their elections, or ICC reserves the right to take whatever decision they want to take. So that's the story from Around the Wickets. Just remember to follow ThePapare.com for all that's cricket, and also send us your queries to #AroundTheWickets on Twitter and also on Facebook, or you can just email us at editor@thepapare.com.